of 17 from 3 and think you're beating Steph and Jimmy Buckets, a.k.a. Playoff Jimmy, Playoff him, Himmy, whatever you want to call him. You can't shoot that bad and compete in the playoffs versus the Warriors. SGA wasn't even that good. You want to talk about non-competitive series? People want to talk about getting rid of play-in. Maybe we need to get rid of the 8 seed because this 8 seed got their ass.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
They're so close that we're barely going to be getting any value on the plus side of things. I think there's a little bit of value on the Blue Jays today, but it's an awesome division. Like, I don't want to see teams running away and be up by 12 games in first place. We want to see teams constantly battling for first place.
They hit a team total. I love that. So as many times as we get bad beats, you do get the same amount of good beats, typically in your direction, if you wait long enough.
Pro Baseball today, only on SportsGrid.
We know your other brother Marv did the Knicks forever, but you've done just about every team in the league. You did games. You did Dr. J games.
But after 45 years in this crazy business, people kept telling me, you got to write a book. So I did, and here it is.
Pharrell, Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on
Man, welcome in. It's in-game live game day on this terrific money-making Tuesday. Yours truly, Scott Wetzel, along with Dave Sharapan for the next 2 glorious hours. There you go, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern Time, watching, analyzing, betting on the world of sports. Ah, yes, what a crazy start it's been to Major League Baseball. If you're a home run prop guy, chances are, believe it or not, you've won, believe it or not. Staying alive in the NHL, staying alive in the NBA. We got a couple elimination games, and so far, the teams facing elimination doing fairly well tonight, which I am surprised with. Do a little derby talk with Dubs Anderson. And then we got Cam Stewart a little bit later on, and the coach will join us in a little bit to do a little NBA stuff. So, a lot to get today. We got our SGPs, Black Clouds, another winner last night, cha-ching, cha-ching, and our 5 on the line parlays to get to. What's going on, my friend? How are you this evening?
Busy day in sports. We'll have it all right here for the next 2 hours. This is going to be awesome, a lot of fun. We got East Coast hockey. We got West Coast hockey. We got early basketball. We got late basketball. And we got a full slate of baseball. Of course, we had to get the horse guy, Dubsy. Maybe we'll see if he actually gives it up and gives us a derby pick on a Tuesday. Usually he doesn't do it. I was hoping we would get him on Thursday and maybe be a little bit looser, maybe get some more workout information from him. But that's okay. That's fine. JY will hold down some basketball. Cam will pick us up late with the hockey shift towards the end of the show. You're just doing work every single night with the Black Cloud play of the night, end of the first hour. It's just unbelievable how we just, show the graphic. You come up with the play, and there it is. We commiserate. We just get to the window every night. It's 5 on the line yesterday. Start off the show with it every day, and another winning day. And, man, I said it during the show. I should have clipped it.
You did.
Golden State win, not cover. It falls 3. Otherwise, we turned that into a 4-1. We weren't close to the under. It was going over. That's fine. One of those situations where it was right there, didn't get there. Big night tonight, though. Big night.
Yeah. You did. I thought about that when they were winning by 3, laying 3.5 for 4. And I remember you said that. And I know I could have done that, as far as the trend, because actually, and I really should have, because the trend was Golden State beats, Houston, 18 of their last 21 meetings, not covers. But I just figured, you know what, all right, you're going to lay 3.5, 4. If they win, they're going to cover, right? So I might as well just put against the spread because that's where people are going to bet. I don't know how many people actually bet money line versus lay into 3.5 or 4. But it turns out, it bit us in the butt. And I will say this, it really had no business covering. It's not like they were leading by 7 or even 6, and Houston hits a 3 at the buzzer. They lose by 3. It was a one-possession game. In fact, Houston should have won the game if they would have just, been able to convert on a couple of possessions. So, but hey, 3-2 is 3-2, not too bad. And they weren't monster like laying 3-1 favorites either. So 3-2. We're now 82-57. We are 25 games over 500. You can't complain about that. So, with that said, let's delve right into it. 5 on the line, the 5 best trends for tonight. All right, number 5 on our 5 hit list. We're going to go to the NBA, where the LA Clippers taking on the Denver Nuggets tonight. Clippers on fire, 15-4, obviously dating back to the regular season, straight up, and more importantly, against the spread. Denver at home, only 3-13 against the spread their last 16 games. Don't forget, even though they came out of this series with a split after the first 2 games in Denver, they didn't cover. The one game they won, they were laying 2.5, and they only won by 2. So they're not covering at home for whatever reason. They're a slight underdog, but 15-4 against the spread versus 3-13 against the spread, yeah. It's a no-brainer. Where are we going to go? You got it. Give me the Clippers laying 1.5, maybe 2 in some circles at Denver tonight.
It's up to 2 everywhere now, at least out west.
2.
Makes perfect sense to play. A lot of guys I know are on it. I'm worried. A lot of people are on this. A lot of people.
Yeah. Rather be on the side of Vegas than the side of the public. But the trend says the Clippers. So number 4 on our hit list. Little hockey action tonight. How about the LA Kings? 33-6-4. So in essence, 33-10 this year at home. Best home record in the NHL. They won the first 2 games against Edmonton on home ice. They're back home, 14-2. Their last 16 home games, as a matter of fact. So they're on fire. So, where are we going to go tonight? Let's go LA Kings, minus 135. That might be down to minus 125 in a lot of circles. So you might get a little bit better price on that one against the Edmonton Oilers.
That is coming down. I like the Kings. They've been so good at home. You just said it. It's going to be entertaining either way. 6.5 is the total. I think we get another over. I don't think they're going to start playing defense tonight. Winning team at least gets 4 goals, 4-3 minimum final.
All right. Number 3 on our countdown. Let's do a little baseball. How about the Miami Marlins against the LA Dodgers tonight? Nice little black cloud winner last night with the over Dodger team total. Miami, speaking of overs, how about that? 19-9 over are the Miami Marlins. They are the number 1 over team in all of baseball. How about a matchup against the Dodgers? 8-1 over where these 2 teams play last 9 meetings. So, where are we going to go? Let's go over 8.5, right? Miami, even with Alcantara on the hill, against the LA Dodgers.
It's crazy because the Dodgers have someone named Dreyer pitching, and they're still minus 200. Like they're just picking up guys on the way to the stadium and saying, hey, we ran out of guys, or a couple guys are hurt. Or minus 200. No problem. Just score enough runs. So Dodgers might get this over themselves tonight.
Yeah. And the middle relief for the Dodgers stinks. So I don't know how this would stay. Listen, yeah, this is going to go, right? So, all right, next up, number 2 on our 5 on the line. Best trends of the evening. Baseball again. This one we're going to go one we used last night. Why ruin things? Texas Rangers against the Oakland A's, Sacramento A's, whatever. Texas 13-1 at home under this season. 13-1, including now 8 in a row. Doesn't matter who they're playing, but at least they got the light hitting A's in town. So let's go under, right? 8.5 Oakland/A's against the Texas Rangers.
It's funny because the Rangers, I got a stat here from MLB, they've only scored, I think, 5 runs in DeGrom's 5 starts, something like that. It's real. They don't score when he pitches. They're 2 and 3 when he pitches, so that bodes well for the under. But what is number one? What is the number one play?
Number one. Ah, yes, the number one trend for this evening, baseball. Atlanta Braves taking on our favorite whipping boys, the Colorado Rockies. Atlanta, after spotting Colorado a 3-0 lead, still won 6-3 last night. They're now 8-2 are the Braves. They're 17-4 now against Colorado. Rockies' worst record in baseball, 4-24. So our number one trend for tonight is... Yep, Atlanta Braves, -2 to 1. It's not a bad price when you consider everything just gave you. It all says Atlanta over the pathetic Colorado Rockies, Dave.
My odds screen just moved. Everybody's -220. So if you got -200, lay it now. Yeah. So you got about 30 minutes till that game starts. First pitch. Bet against the Rockies. I mean, how smart do you have to be doing that? Do it.
Yeah. Do it. Trends all say Atlanta Braves once again tonight. All right, in-game live just underway. A lot to get to here on the grid.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the game starts so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip? Try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Dave, our number one busy show. And it's always a busy show, but especially tonight. We got 4. Like last time, we only had 2 hockey games and 2 NBA games. We got 4 in each sport. We got a ton of baseball. Balls just flying out, Dave. I counted about 5 minutes before we came on the air. 18 home runs already.
Wow.
Stankies have 5. They hit 4 in the first inning. Red Sox have 5. Mets have 1. White Sox even have 2 home runs, for goodness. I mean, every game tonight has at least 1 home run. So I'm not a big home run prop guy, but if you played home run props tonight, if you didn't win tonight, or if you're not going to win tonight, you might as well just never bet that ever again, because every Tom, Dick, and Harry's hitting a home run tonight. I mean, if you can't win this evening, forget about it.
It's one of those nights where you're like, you know, if you're in the book and you're working, you're like, man, we're going to get killed. Every game's going over. And then you start grading these home run props, and everybody's winning. Everybody's hitting home runs. The Yankee ones, if you put 3 guys in a Yankee game together, you hit the home run parlay. So, yeah, this is one of those nights. It's just going to be offensive. If you guys are watching the show anywhere and you have a home run parlay or a home run prop bet that you already run, already won, tweet at us. At SportsBK and Sig for me, at Opposite Picks for Scott, at SportsGrid, and let us know. By the way, Ottawa just scored. It's 1-0 Ottawa against Toronto. Uh-oh. Oh. Toronto. Uh-oh. You don't want to go back and play a Game 6. They got to have this one tonight. Uh-huh. Oh, boy. 1-0 Ottawa.
I do like, and I got to say, I did not play it tonight. I didn't do it tonight. But I do love, really, betting on teams facing elimination. There's just something about the sense of urgency, the letdown. You know, if it's 3-3, obviously no, or even maybe 3-2, no. But when it's 3-1 and 3-0, it is just overwhelming. All right, we won the series, right? We're up 3-1, especially when you win game 4 to go up 3-1. Series over, right? Boy, a lot of times, those teams don't win. And you look at it tonight, Dave, you got the Devils up 3-0. I hated New Jersey tonight. I know it's that system. I hate Devils are up 3-0 at Carolina. And now you said Ottawa scores up 1-0. So the 2 teams facing elimination, both leading tonight.
We saw some crazy stuff last night, though. We really thought, it really looked like it was going to be Tampa and under until there were 3 minutes left, and Florida scored all those goals, and that game went over. So it's not over, but, look at the prices. When you look at the in-game numbers, the price on Carolina, wow, it's only plus 380 here. That should be a little bit higher, down 3-0. They start the period on a power play, so they're favored to score. And Toronto's a dog. Toronto's plus 120. So, right now, one of them, I think, hits to the window. I don't think both of them lose. You think both of them lose?
I didn't think that way to start the night. I figured, I thought Ottawa had a fighting chance, right? They got 3 games to go to overtime, right? They lose 2, they win 1. Otherwise, the series could be reversed. So I thought they had a halfway decent chance. But I didn't see the Devils one at all. No, not at all. And I'll tell you, the other one I didn't see, I'll throw it out there too, is the Milwaukee Bucks in the NBA. They showed nothing in Game 4, right? They're leading 91-87 midway through the 4th quarter. That's... I don't know if that's a bigger surprise to me or the Devils, but I didn't see either one of them. I couldn't pull the trigger on that elimination.
They're actually favored right now. They're favored by 1.5, 2.5. It keeps bouncing back and forth. I got 91-89 with just under 5.5 minutes to go. The Bucks lead, so we're down to 206.5 for the total. Wow, that would be a big surprise if the Bucks win.
Yeah,
that would be a big surprise. It would be a big surprise if the Bucks win too. The Pittsburgh Pirates, Bucks, they trail the Cubs already 4-0. Did you know that the Cubs have the hardest record or hardest schedule in Major League Baseball up to this point? You did know that.
I saw that.
Knew that.
Yeah, you know what? They played the Dodgers, 3 times already. 3. They played the Phillies in there. They played there's like 4 really, really good teams. I think Atlanta was one that I was, when you do all these research, that you come up with this stuff. Yeah. Like 16 games in the month of March, with the Dodgers series in Japan, and April. And 16 were against like first place teams. Yeah, so I would have guessed that.
You know who has the hardest schedule in the American League up to this point? This is another. Okay. Would you like to guess? You can have one guess.
All right. Who's had the toughest schedule? White Sox? No. They played Oakland. How about Texas?
Texas Rangers. Good call.
Really?
That's how you
I
paid
didn't know
attention.
that.
It's the Texas Rangers. Yes.
Yeah.
Texas Rangers. Most difficult schedule in Major League Baseball in the American League so far. So the team with the easiest schedule, the Boston Red Sox. 431 winning percentage for their opponents. Now they played the White Sox 6 times, so keep that in mind.
Twice.
And anybody that's played the Rockies, can't be on that list as far as difficult schedule. But a couple of those teams are on the easiest schedule. So, yeah, we got a lot of baseball. We'll talk about it more. But we got this parlay thing coming up next, the same game parlay. Stay tuned for that because that's been pretty good. The Mets have the 5th easiest schedule in baseball up to this point. The most wins, but the 5th easiest schedule for the Mets guys.
That's surprising because they had the Phillies at least once. So,
yeah.
But Phillies haven't been great. That's interesting. 5th easiest. Yeah, listen, you got to capitalize, because some of these teams might be halfway decent in the second half of the season. Simple as that. So, beat them now while they stink, and then, that's how you kind of push things. We got our puck drop specials. We'll do that next segment as well. We don't have time to get into it here. But, we had that a team in the NBA last night score 140 points. So we weren't really paying attention because it was a blowout. So it's 35-1, keep in mind, right? So Cleveland scores 138, right? And then I look, and Matty G tells me, they had about 2 minutes, Scott, to get 2 more points. I'm like, what?
Oh,
he goes,
I didn't know that.
They scored their 138th point with about 2 minutes left. 2 more points to cash a 35-1 ticket, and they didn't score.
Oh,
Unbelievable. Yeah. We're on it again tonight. We'll run them down with our SGP as well when we come back.
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 1 underway. We got hockey, we got NBA, we got baseball. We also got our SGP same game parlay. All right, let's go to the ice. Great series, really just a spectacular series between LA and Edmonton, right? The no lead is safe, that is for sure. So pivotal Game 5, series tied at 2. LA, we told you with the trend plays, they're unbeatable nearly at home, right? Only 6 regulation losses all season at home and over 40 games. So let's go LA Kings minus the 135. You get a little cheaper price now, minus 125 or so, but Kings to win somewhere along the line, whether it's overtime or regulation. We're going to go over 3.5 goals, LA Kings. If they're going to win, you know, we're getting plus odds on that. I think they get 4, especially with an empty net possibility. We're going to use Kevin Fiala, 3 shots on goal, minus 176. A little pricey, but when you put it in a parlay, it's not bad. Dude's got 19 shots on goal in 4 games. He's averaging almost 5 shots on goal. He's going to get 3, right? Both teams to score, minus 1,600. You know, and the way this series has been, I think we're going to get both teams to score. Not worried about that. And actually bump the price up 100 points. And then the last one, and this is the key, this is the one, under 1.5 goals first period, plus 115. I think as crazy as this series has been, 4 straight overs. I'm not saying it's going to go under, but there's got to be a concentration from both clubs, especially LA, that, listen, boys, we can't get into one of these 6-5 shootouts again. Let's go back to old school Kings hockey. And I think we only get 1 goal, maybe a scoreless first period. I don't know. I got a funny feeling with the under tonight, but I did play the over Kings. So add it all up, Dave, and we got 9.5 to 1. That when I took that under first period out, it dropped it all the way down to like 5 to 1. So that's the one we're gonna have to sweat out naturally.
That is the one. I put the glasses on because I was like, wait a second, the games have all gone over. You got the team total over, and then you did the opposite thing there with the first period under. Wow. I mean, we'll know early, right? If we can get through the first 5 minutes without a goal, we got a shot. If we get a goal in the first 5 minutes, I think that goes over. You're gonna have to sweat 15 minutes of game time with 1 goal in. I don't know. I'm worried about that one. The other ones look good, though. I like the Kings. I like them to score 4. I figured the game final score is 4-3 minimum, maybe 5-3 the way these empty netters are going in. The shots on goal thing looks good. This looks good. This looks like it got a shot other than the first period. I'm worried about the first period.
All right. Puck drop specials. These are the goofy bets that FanDuel offers up, right? Obviously, the games are underway. So I have 8 for you. How many, knowing what they're like, you know, we did this yesterday. How many of the 8 do you think you'd say, all right, I'll bet that?
2.
2? All right, I got you down for 3.
25%.
I'm not going to tell you which 3.
All right, that's fine.
We got 2. Let's see what you got. And there's one that's really double your bet. So
really good, sure.
First one, every team to have 7 shots on goal each period.
I wouldn't bet
130 to 1.
Yeah, no good. No, I'll pass.
130 to 1. Maybe you didn't hear me.
That's a great number.
130 to 1.
I understand. No, it's not going to hit. It's not going to hit.
That was one of the 3
7
I had
shots
for
on
you.
goal in every period? No, I don't think so.
How about, now this is a loser, but would you have played every game to have 1 goal in the first 10 minutes, plus 550?
No.
I hit one of those the other day.
The games are getting deeper. I don't think we're getting goals early.
Each team to score 2 goals, plus 4 to 1.
Ooh, interested in that.
4 games, 8 teams.
Each team to score 2 goals. I think the 2 late games both do. I would take a shot. I think that one has a shot. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that one has a shot. Yeah.
Any team to record 40 shots on goal, plus 175.
No, I don't think so. Unless we get an overtime game.
That's a tough one. Right.
We need overtime to get there.
Every team to have 25 shots on goal. Every team, 13-1.
Boy, I wish I would. I want to say yes, but I saw that game last night. Only had 20 shots for 2 teams.
All right, I got the 2 best coming up next.
Yes.
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. We got Coach James Young coming up here in a second. Just want to finish up our puck drop special that FanDuel offers up, Scott and Dave here, hour number 1. So these are the best 2, and I'll say the best obviously for last. How about each game to have 4 goals or more, minus 130?
Yes.
That one I thought you would like. All right,
yes,
now you ready for this one?
Yes.
This one is like really, I'm not going to tell you the price. Okay. Every team to get 5 shots on goal each period. Only 5. The price, plus 310.
Okay. Ooh, I was going to say, I thought it would be a little bit less. I like that.
Me too.
I think we could bet that too. Yeah.
Right?
What kind of period are we talking about if somebody doesn't get 5 shots on goal tonight? I mean, come on.
That's not like 7, 8, or 9. I mean, 5? That was the home run one. That was the one where I figured. So
I like that one. There we go. Plus 310. Okay, so I think I got 3 that I liked. I think you pegged me right. Okay.
Not bad. A little puck drop special. We'll do that every night here on the Grid. All right, let's talk a little NBA. What's that?
Yeah. I said, do you think JY likes any puck drop stuff?
No,
we got raining buckets for JY. If you want to do a little raining buckets there, Coach, you offer that in FanDuel for a little NBA.
No, I'm good. No? I'm good. No. Yeah, hey, listen,
come on,
I'm a
come to the dark side here.
I
got 130 to 1 to get 120 points.
My hockey quick take: Mike Sullivan, who just got fired by Pittsburgh, will be the new coach of the New York Rangers unless Rick Tocchet, who could have renewed at Vancouver, becomes the coach of the Rangers next. I do watch a little bit of hockey. How you doing?
Okay.
How about that?
How about that is right.
throwing some pucks at us there.
I like it.
Rick Tock as
Yeah.
a Ranger guy. Oh, that's awful, though. I
Yeah, that's an old Philadelphia
Flyer.
Flyer. There you go.
Yeah.
I know my hockey
Yeah.
a little bit there.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
All right.
I don't know if that's going to work.
What's happening here in Milwaukee? I can't believe this. The Bucks may actually win this game. I never saw this coming tonight. Never. Did you expect a performance like this out of Milwaukee, leading at the?
No, I didn't. But shout out to Doc Rivers making a coaching adjustment. Brooke Lopez to the bench, Kyle Kuzma to the bench. You start Kevin Porter Jr. You start Green. You start Bobby Portis. Start the game a little bit better. Obviously, big lead to start the game, but now we're looking at, I think, 103, possibly headed to overtime. So we'll see. Milwaukee got 2 back-to-back threes, big threes that they just hit. But now, obviously, it was a 103-99, but now it's 103 with I do believe about 11 seconds left.
Jay, well, I got to ask you, we got West Coast basketball tonight, late night basketball. You'll hopefully be up, although you're an early riser with coaching the kids and doing all the other stuff you're doing. Clippers and Nuggets this has been a great basketball series, and it's been really hard. I know a lot of guys, both, professionals and just regular people that like to bet basketball, are all over the Clippers, and they really, really think that they're going to get to the Western Conference Finals, let alone pass this series. Do they win tonight? Do you have an opinion, side, or total in this game tonight?
I actually like the Nuggets. I don't think the Nuggets have played particularly good offensive basketball this entire series. Michael Porter Jr. has been all over the place. And I wonder if that game really took a lot of their sails, being that the Clippers could have been up 3-1 if they got it to overtime. But to me, I do like the Nuggets plus the points if it's sprinkled on the money line because they're 2-point underdogs. And then also give me Norman Powell over 16.5 points over his last 2 games. Guys, this total, and you know this, Dave, this total is crazy low. They've been playing every game like it's the NBA Finals, Game 7. I think we're going to get some points. I think the game actually goes over.
Wow. Pivotal Game 5, huh? I kind of like the under myself, but okay, you know better. How about our New York Knickerbockers in a tussle with Detroit, actually trailing now 47-44. What do we got? 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter there.
I actually like the over in the game. Obviously, really slow start. A little bit picked up the last couple of minutes, couple of big threes by Karl Anthony Towns. I like Towns to go over. His rebounding prop only has 3 so far. That's because Mitchell Robinson has been owning the offensive glass. Key thing to look at, Jalen Duren with 3 fouls. I do think the Knicks, I like the Knicks to win this game. I think they're going to find a way to steal it. Just the youth and inexperience of Detroit will come into play in the fourth quarter. Cade Cunningham, quiet, 2 of 4, 2 of 8. Jalen Brunson, 0 of 5. So neither star guard is playing well. I'm going to trust New York kind of steals this in the end, kind of be the model of this entire series. I know a lot of people are looking at the refereeing in the series, but I'm looking at the fact that Detroit had 3 leads in the fourth quarter that were double digits, and they blew 2 of them, and they almost blew game number 2 as well.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions about the officials. I mean, Wetzel's a world-class official. You know that on this show. We talked about it briefly. It was a foul. I mean, it was a foul. So it wasn't called. It was a foul.
Oh, yeah. Really quick, Dave, I have no problems with it being – it was a foul. No doubt about it. My problem is this started in game 1. This has been allowed to be – I mean, the Pistons set screens like, I don't know, Trent Williams pulling for the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, the screening, the clutching, the grabbing, and it's really both sides. And I just think if Detroit just focused on playing basketball and not being a tougher team, I think they would have had a better chance in this series. I think they tried to up-tough New York because they figured they have Cat. Cat isn't, obviously Julius Randle, and they want to punt guys. It's not the way you win a series. You win a series by putting the ball in the basket.
All right, so
Coach, we got on vacation. Can I ask a quick question about the Celtics real fast?
Absolutely.
The Pritch better have my money. You got him tonight in a prop. You like that? I haven't talked to Peralt. I haven't had to listen to Celtics slander all week. It's been kind of nice. But you got Celtics stuff tonight?
Yeah, I like the Celtics. I like the Celtics guys in the first quarter minus 3.5, 4.5 points. I think if you're them, you don't play around. I think you really go for the jugular here in a game 5 and try to blow this game out and get it over and done with. So I like the Celtics minus the points in the first quarter. And I do like Peyton Pritch better have my money over 8.5 points under the last 2 games. If I think it's a blowout, the guys like Pritch just get more points. Give me Peyton Pritchard over 8.5 points tonight.
Dive, you like what you've seen out of the Celtics so far? Because this series may be 3-1, but it's not, this has not been an indicative 3-1. It's been a pretty tough series for them.
Well, I thought that Orlando was going to get 1 because of their defense. And I think Orlando has shown if you make it physical, you can have a chance. So I think that's where you got to look at is the next series. That's what you're going to see. You're going to see physical play versus Boston. Obviously, they're the player of Porzingis is really the key for Boston. When he's aggressive and he's hitting threes and doing what he's got to do, they're just such a much better team. But you're worried. Tatum looks banged up. You look at, obviously the knee with Jaylen Brown. But the team that's really been amazing to me, let's be honest, is Cleveland. What Cleveland did to Miami? Like people are like get rid of the play-in tournament. How about we get rid of the 8 seed? Between what Memphis got happened to them, and especially what happened on the other side, I'm saying right now, and maybe Kevin Walsh was right. Maybe the Heat culture was overrated. I don't care. Heat culture's dead. That franchise is done. I think Riley needs to go, and I think they need to start over.
Wow. Okay. So that a bye? Could we get a bye in the NBA? We could get a bye. We give the 1 seeds a bye and just eliminate the 8 seeds. It's not a bad thing. Stay with us. Stay with us, JY. In the next segment, I got to ask you a question about the T-Wolves and the Lakers. We'll get Wetzel back and join us. All right. So, JY, stay with us. You guys stay with us. We're right here in Game Live. I'm Dave. Scott.
Chris better have my money.
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. Over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
Just a little flyer, couple of 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Scott and Dave talk with the coach, Coach James Young. Quick little update here. Bucks by 6 in overtime, 112-106 with a minute 45 left. I got to tell you, never in a million years saw this one coming. And the Knicks lead Pistons at the half 50-49. So if you had the Knicks on the money line. So little update on that as far as those two games are concerned. I know, Dave, you wanted to talk to the coach about we got Lakers and the Minnesota Teacups. Are the Lakers going to get eliminated in 5, Coach?
That's the question. What do you think, JY?
I actually think the Lakers are going to win Game 5. I think this is going back to Minnesota in 6. Listen, guys, what needs to be said about, honestly, Minnesota is the play of Anthony Edwards. I had said before the season started, Kevin and I went opposite. Obviously, he was taking LeBron, and I was going against LeBron. So I had thought.
Shocking.
I don't know what was more shocking. Me going, but either way, it was shocking either way. Not shocking, but to me, Anthony Edwards really showed me in Game 4, like, I want to be careful when I say this, because when you start throwing out names, people get, like, fired up. I saw, like a Kobe look in his eye.
Wow.
I saw a LeBron in his prime look. I saw a Jordan. Like, I saw a guy that wanted he wanted to take your soul. And I was just so impressed by he just willing to be like, you know what? Get out of the way. You know, after struggling in game number 2, 25 points, 25% from 3. This guy off 50% from 3 the last 2 games. 23, 29, 43. But to me, guys, the 3 games that they've won, here's a big thing to look at, folks. 9, 8, 6. That's his assists. So not only is he scoring, guys, he's uplifting the team. The game they lost, game 2, 0.
No assists.
So if he's able to score but create for other guys, that makes him dangerous, especially a guy like Jaden McDaniels, who could. I mean, by the way, guys, I have to stop you. Gary Trent just hit another 3. This guy's got 33, and I think he's got 8 threes tonight. So shout out to Gary Trent. I look like he's going to extend the series back to Milwaukee, but then Doc will blow it. But who knows? Maybe Doc will get a 3-1 deficit. And no, he probably won't. He probably won't. You know that. But to me, I really think that the Lakers will win. I would be surprised if they win by double digits. Minnesota closes it out in 6.
Okay.
All right.
I like
I
that.
Can't let you go. I can't let you go without telling me what in the world, Coach, is going on with Jalen Green. Dude averages 21 points in the regular season, and he has not 1 game, not 2 games. He's got 3 games for the Rockets of less than 10 points. I mean, is this just a case of regular season is so much different than postseason? I mean, wow, right?
Just, hey, you know what it is? Sometimes the lights get a little bit brighter in the playoff time. You get defended a little bit harder. First time in a spot. And I think that's what you've seen. I mean, you could say this about a lot of guys. You could look at, particularly, he's not shooting the ball again well tonight. You can look at Cade Cunningham. This is another guy that, at times has been borderline dominant. Cade Cunningham tonight, 2 of 8 from the floor. He's got 24, 33, 21, but he's shooting some games under 40%. So to me, the lights just got a little bit brighter for a team like Houston. Listen, guys, whatever they do in the playoff is house money. They weren't supposed to be here. They definitely weren't supposed to be the 2 seed. I mean, I like them over their team total win total over. I don't expect them to get 56, 57 wins. Like, no one expected that. But they got some growing up to do, and we'll see what happens in the offseason, because I think they could be a team that can look at their young core and a lot of their movable assets that they can get rid of. I think they're going to make a swing at someone. Is it someone like Durant? If Giannis gets knocked out, does Giannis ask out? Houston's got draft picks and young players that they can move to go and get a superstar to say, okay, we're that 1A guy from winning a title.
JY, you can get out of here on this one. All this basketball talk is great. You do a great job with the Betting Above the Rim podcast and produced by Matty G and the Pro Basketball Today show with you and K-Dub and, all that other stuff. But seriously, how excited are you for the Mets and what the Mets have done so far this season? I mean, I know you're a Mets guy. They got 20 wins. They're leading baseball. They're rocking tonight. I mean, you're excited about the Mets, JY? You can tell them.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Mets. And if you really look at the Mets right now, they're doing it without Juan Soto really playing at the level that we thought he was. But I think what people need to realize is this: it's what Soto brings in regards to what is around him, right? So Lindor hits in front of him. Going into tonight, 304 batting average, just hit a 6th home run, obviously 16 RBIs. Alonso, obviously, I think he leads the National League or second in the National League in RBIs. I think he has about 29 RBIs. So to me, like, Soto there has done what it did for the Yankees, which is the guys in front and behind him you got to worry about. So to me, it's about whether pitching holds up. AJ Minter probably out for the rest of the year with some, I think, forearm or tricep issues. But to me, if their pitching holds up, Montez comes back eventually. Sean Manaea comes up. They got this guy, Brandon Sproat, down in the minor leagues. That's going to be a big time pitcher.
Wow!
The Mets had something there, but it's still the Mets, which rhymes with Jets, which means it still ain't going to end up well, guys.
I wasn't going to mention it.
See that? You crossed the line. We got to kick you off now. We're a Mets program, so we can't have that. Can't have any anti-Mets stuff. So, Coach, great job as always, my friend. Check him out on all his podcasts, all the work he does here on the Grid. We'll do it again soon. Thanks, man.
Hey, good to be on with you. And I hit all my jumpers, darling!
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Thanks to the coach, James Young, for joining us as he does from time to time, especially now in the NBA postseason underway. Final segment, speaking of underway, of hour number 1. You know what time it is. Time for our Black Cloud Play of the Day. Yes. This is the play in which you double, triple your bet. Let's recap last night. Over 4.5. Got a little agita with the Dodgers because they had a couple of runners on the first and they only scored a run. Then they had a couple of runners, in fact, bases loaded in the second or third inning and only scored 1 run, and then still had bases loaded, nobody out, and didn't score again in the middle of the lineup. So I figured this is going to have you-know-what written all over it, right? So, but the Dodgers come through. They win the game, extra inning, 7-6, and it blows by the 4.5. So if you played 5.5, you're a winner either way. So we're now 27-12. So where are we going to go today? Well, this is named In-Game Live, so every once in a while we'll pick a game that's already, barely underway, and that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to head out to Colorado and take on the Atlanta Braves. It is scoreless right now, second inning, so no big deal. You're going to get a similar number. We put it in this afternoon. It was around 2-1, so it's 220, 230 again, depending on where you do your shopping. But you got to keep on playing the Braves, and you got to keep on playing against the Rockies, Dave. Atlanta 8-2 now, their last 10. That 5-13 start was a long time ago. Playing terrific baseball. They're 17-4 now after beating the Rockies last night against Colorado. Last 21 meetings. Rockies the worst record in baseball, 4-24. I mean, they're just awful. So I think Atlanta's going to sweep that series. So don't fix what's not broken, right? Give me Atlanta minus the 2 and change against Colorado. We're way ahead of the game, so I won't do this too often, laying 2-1, but I will against the Rockies because they're just pitiful.
Well, hopefully you did it while the graphic was up because they already got 2 runs in the top of the second, and it's now minus 750 at the book I'm
Lay
looking
the run
at.
and a half. Lay the run and a half.
Hurry up! Play it. It's minus 4.5 at this book here where I'm looking at. So welcome to the Black Hawk Play of the Night. That's good. This Rockies team is going to be historically bad. What'd you say yesterday? They're on pace for 24 wins? 24
wins.
Total wins?
24.
Yeah, that's insane.
Even the White Sox had 41 last year. Put that in perspective. They're gonna, on pace anyway, to obliterate it. And if you looked at the Rockies schedule, the one thing, Dave, is that the National League is tough, right? If you look at their schedule over the next month, I only saw 2 series in which, they might be able to get some games, but otherwise it's Phillies, Mets, Dodgers. I mean, it's just like every one of the big boys. Padre, I mean, I don't know how many games, honestly, they're going to win. I mean, they may continue that pace for a little while if they're going to be that bad.
Yeah, that's a good assignment. We'll do that over the next 2 days before the month of May starts. We'll look at that and see how many games. Well, maybe we'll come up with a number. How many games will the Rockies win in the month of May? Probably be 6, right? Might be 6. Just thinking, the number right now. Might be 6.5, somewhere in that neighborhood.
I bet under. Without looking at their schedule, and I know it's difficult, but I would say under.
Okay.
I bet under. I don't think they're going to get 7 wins.
We got, there it is right there, Dubs Anderson coming up next, FanDuel and SportsGrid host. I mean, he's coming on, and, he'll have plays and stuff for basketball. He probably has a hockey play. I mean, he's in the Mecca of L.A. where this, playoff series has been amazing. I really hope, do you think that Dubs is going to give up the goods tonight with a Kentucky Derby pick? I mean, this is a big week for horse guy stuff. And I don't know what we got to do to get him to actually give us, something to play for the Derby. I think
we get him.
I don't think he's going to do it. I don't think
he was one thing about us here at FanDuel, we got our here at the SportsGrid. We have our issues clearly, but we're a team. We bond together. We support each other, unlike over at his other little job that he's working, which clearly they just threw him down the river, in a boat without a paddle, as the saying goes. Right. Or they threw him down the river with a paddle without a boat. That's how bad they
paddle
treated him
without
today.
a boat.
Whatever. Don't let facts get in the way of a good rant. We'll take care of Dubsy. We'll treat him well. So no doubt. He'll give
be
us
good
a
to see
winner
him.
or two. Yeah.
Not the
So.
17. The 17's not going to win. Sandman. 17's never won the Kentucky Derby. Just cross them off the list. Out.
Yeah. Yep. And number 5 as well, I think. Oh, no, that's the NCAA tournament. All right, Dubsy coming up next.
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid, hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. Scott and Dave on this Tuesday evening. We got NBA, we got NHL, we got baseball, we got horse racing this weekend, a Kentucky Derby, always a blast in Louisville. Been there a couple of times, really a lot of fun. Bucket list thing to do if you're a sports fan for sure. So with that in mind, a guy who can talk it all, as we talked about the last segment, Mr. Dubs Anderson, who you're seeing here all the time here on the Grid. What's going on there, Dubsy? How are you tonight, bud?
I'm doing fantastic, boys. It's always, good to feel that warm welcome. It is a Taco Tuesday. It slaps a little differently when it's Kentucky Derby week, and what a bevy and loaded slate that we're jumping into here this evening. So, boys, you pick your poison. You name a sport, a game, a player, a horse. I'll get you up to speed and hopefully make a couple of bucks. But this is probably, I'd say, a top 3 betting week on my calendar. So absolutely jonesing to be here.
Let's start right away then with the basketball. Let's get that out of the way because, there's a lot of stuff going on. Immediately, we're talking Celtics and Magic, and you got something in this game, Dubsy?
Yeah, and look, it's a really simple play. I try to come up with, the portfolio of riches here this evening, but I think we see plenty of points. I think the Celtics absolutely boat race Orlando. The class, the creme de la creme will rise to the top, and I thought the third quarter total was a little light. I thought the game total was light, but I certainly think in this third quarter, Magic are going to be behind by a considerable margin. They'll be playing catch-up, fast tempo, and we're getting 49.5 points. Smash the overs, boys. Don't even think about it. Smash the overs here on a Tuesday night. And the Celtics to get them off the floor early.
All right. Any thoughts on the other game? Denver and LA Clippers. Great game, 2-2.
I think the Joker goes off. The big fella's going to flex the muscles. Didn't have a play that I sent across to the graphics team, but maybe the old triple-double, a little triple-dubby there for the big fella. He's fired up. You don't want to wake that beast. It's been a fantastic series, but I think Denver could prevail in this one in a tough spot, and it's going to have to be off the back of the big fella having an amazing, a career night, which we've seen time and time again.
Listen, I got the night stuff on. All right, that's the one game going on in the West Coast time zone, but we have another one that's starting tonight in your neighborhood. The Kings and the Oilers have been just excellent hockey games, and I know you've been staying up late watching. Cider total and Kings Oilers tonight.
It's a tough one, boys. You know, the Kings, where I'm located in the South Bay, this is their stomping grounds, but Dubsy ain't from LA. I ain't attached to this hockey team, boys. I don't care who wins it. I love Connor McDavid, Ice Jesus, or whatever they want to call him. I'd love to see McDavid and the lads figure it out. I think this one will have, well, you know, surprise, surprise, playoff intensity. We're in the playoffs. Hello, playoff intensity. Give me the unders at 6.5. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as what we have seen. OT thriller there in Game 4. I think we see a bit of regression on the scoring front coming up here this evening.
All right. Let me pass along here. Indiana down 4 with 30 seconds left, beat Milwaukee. 119-118. Wow.
It's over?
Shut the gates.
It's over. How about it? I don't know how that happened, but it happened, Dubsy.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Hey.
That's crazy.
Things
Doc
you
Rivers.
love to see, boys.
I had Indiana money line and a bunch.
Yeah, that's the other thing we love to see right there. The under in a hockey game. So for that, Dubs. Listen, we only got you for one segment because you're so busy this week.
Make it count.
I had a bet with opposite picks before your segment. We were talking. You're a horse guy, and you've been all over this stuff. It's Derby week. I'm not asking. I'm telling you. Give us at least the exacta. Give me 3 horses that I can put together maybe in a try box or something. How is this thing going to play out on Saturday, Dubsy? Please.
My hands are up, boys. I'm defenseless. Just take my top selections for this year's Kentucky Derby because your boys always seeing them well for the classics. Big storylines coming up for this one. Bob Baffert, big return. He's been suspended the last couple of years. He's back with Citizen Bull and Rodriguez. The 2-year-old champ, Citizen Bull, I think is going to be the best chance for Baffert. All the smoke, all the buzz is towards journalism. Another West Coast Raider. I'm going to say chuck him out. Chuck him out. A favourite in the big one. There's 20 horses, loaded traffic from the jump here, and I think we see history made on Saturday afternoon. We will see the first Japanese horse to win a Kentucky Derby, and there's 2 of them, and they're starting side by side in that 6th spot. Admire Daytona, a winner of the UAE Derby, and right alongside in that 7 post is going to be Luxor Cafe. Luxor Cafe 15-1 on the morning line. Top selection for me. I don't think it's even going to be close. We've got the 10-year anniversary for American Pharaoh. Guess what? Luxor Cafe coming across the pond is the son of American Pharaoh, has won 4 on the bounce, can win with the left turners, can win on the right turners. Magic Man Joey Moreira aboard for the ride. It takes experience. It takes that X factor. A lot of these horses have not faced fields as big as this, so you need a bit of versatility and you need that closing kick. Luxor Cafe trying to do something really special on Saturday, and I think it's going to get it done.
Wow. We have a saying here, winners bet with streaks and losers bet against streaks, Dubs. You're betting against a streak of never with this pick. So
I'm betting 4 wins in a row to make it 5 wins. So that's the streak that I'm playing coming into Churchill Downs on Saturday. But I tell you what, gents, a lot of our sports bettors will jump in. They may go after that single win wager. It's a fantastic weekend to go after some of the exotic bet types. I love the superfecta. Hit the big one a couple of years ago. So I'll give you a couple other runners to keep an eye out for. We have to opposite picks.
Yeah, on the podcast, we take 7 horses and we put them in a superfecta parlay. 840 combinations. We all put in $100 or so. So give me a favorite that is not going to hit the superfecta board that we can throw out.
Oh, again, I'm going to fade journalism. Journalism is probably going to go off at 3-1 on Saturday. Look, a good chance of coming in for third or fourth, but I do not think is going to win this race. There is so much speed signed up for this one. I think a lot of the big early speed types could take each other out of the race. So Journalism's the big fade for me. Luxor Cafe probably going to be a little trendier the closer we get to post time. Likely going to go off right around 10-1. I think the big price play is Admire Daytona. No one's talking about this horse. You look at the form lines out of that UAE Derby, pretty impressive there as well. So I think at 30-1 on the morning line, that's very impressive. In Burnham Square, now this horse has been a bit of an enigma, if you will, showed a lot of promise early on the Derby trail, then lost it. Then all of a sudden we saw it again last out and has that real, I guess, closing run style. So if we do get a bit of pace on the front end, it's a big test here, boys. 1.25 miles. We're looking to get good weather out there on Saturday, but if you're looking for that one charge towards the finish line, watch out for Burnham Square coming in for conditioner, trainer Ian Wilkes, me Aussie mate. So Aussie, oi, oi, oi. That's the tie-in with Burnham Square to get it done late. But no two ways about it, boys. I've given out a few there worth using in the superfecta.
Nice work.
Luxor Cafe up on top. Make it count. Make it count. We made it count on a Tuesday, boys. Mark my words.
Yes.
Send me Venmo on Saturday evening. And you're sending money my way. Not a request. You're sending it to say thank you, Dubsy, for giving us this year's winner of the Kentucky Derby. Luxor Cafe,
you got
done.
Anybody in the Oaks? How about the Oaks?
Simply joking. Nothing funny about it. Simply joking. It'll go off as a prize play. It's wider than they think, boys. Wider than they think. I'm talking about the race. Talking about the race.
Dubs.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Anyone that's been to a sporting event, the atmosphere before a game, I think Game Time Decisions has that same exact atmosphere. This is our arena. This is what we do. There is going to be an energy to Game Time Decisions that you will feel night in and night out. The excitement you get when you lock your bets in, when you're figuring out what you want to do, we can zone in on the biggest games each night. I want this to be the place that people come to before the games start so they feel as ready as possible to lock in their cards. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. We're gonna go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's gonna help me get the job done. There is not gonna be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions to get that new information, react to it, and be able to then bet accordingly. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Did you know sportsbooks tend to draw up tighter bet lines for events that get even more bettors, like championship games or major matchups? My tip, try betting on less popular sports. You might have a better shot at beating those odds. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Thanks again, Dubs Anderson, Dubsy, as we see it here all the time here on the Grid. So, yeah, let me spend a second here, Dave, to go back to that Milwaukee Indiana Pacer game because, man, that just unbelievable. If you're a Bucks fan, and I had over 5.5 games in this series, so I really needed Milwaukee to win tonight. They're leading 118-111 with 40 seconds left. AJ Green hits the second of 2 free throws to give them that 7-point lead with 40 seconds left, right? Nembhard makes a 3-pointer to cut the lead to 118-114 with 34 seconds left. Timeout Bucks. They don't score. Bad pass. Gary Trent Jr. throws the ball away. Halliburton with a layup, and now all of a sudden it's 118-116 with 17 seconds left. But, you still got the ball. They foul you, hit 2 free throws, you're up 4. You should still win this game, right?
You would think so, but no.
You would think so.
You would think
AJ Green shooting foul. Okay, yeah. Bucks timeout. Gary Trent Jr. again. Loses the ball out of bounds. Bucks turnover. What are you doing? Check his bank account tomorrow.
Whoa.
Unbelievable. I'm just saying. One free throw makes it 118-117. With a layup and a foul on that layup by on Halliburton. So that cut it to 1. Then they throw the ball away again. Trent Jr. goes out of bounds. And Tyrese Halliburton driving layup with a second left. Bucks win 119-118. I don't know what the lines were on that, but it was 118-111. But I'm sure you could have got.
I wasn't even looking. I mean, I wasn't even looking. I figured it was done.
Yeah.
They were going back to Milwaukee. I was already trying to figure out what the line was going to be in Milwaukee. Yeah, Pacers won. Yeah,
Pacers won.
That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
So,
that's assuming it was
Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers, I like him. He got us a championship with the Celtics, but, man, he has done nothing. He has done nothing in the postseason, and he just continues to get job after job after job after job, and he fails.
The irony in all of this is that the Bucks had a really pretty good winning record at the time, and they fired the guy in between Boldenhauser and Doc. I can't even remember his name, but they haven't been the same since. And now, Dame's hurt. Griffin was his name.
Adrian Griffin, former Seton Hall guy.
So,
but
I mean,
never been the same since.
That might be the end. Like it might be done, just like that.
Crazy.
I don't know.
All right.
That was fair.
So that series is over, and I had that over 5.5. Boy, I love that play. I don't know who figured Lillard was going to get hurt, but still, they had their chances in this game. Amazing, but they get the cover if that if that matters. So, how are we doing with the Devils and Devils in Carolina? Another crazy game, right? 3-0 Devils. Game's over, right? They're going to survive.
Yeah.
Then it was 3-3. Then it was 4-3 Devils, and now it's 4-4 as they tied it up before the second period ended. So after 2, 4-4 New Jersey, Carolina. How crazy is that?
Wow. Yeah, that was, like you said, that was 3-0. And now the in-game number is, wow, the Hurricanes are back up to -$3. So the thing closed -280. Well, that basically tells you the books think that Carolina's going to score the next goal, and that series is a wrap. So that one's done. Yeah. I couldn't interest you in taking the Devils in that spot, could I? I mean, you like the big pluses, but I don't think so. Not tonight.
Yeah.
Not after that.
Not tonight.
Right?
I love Carolina tonight.
That big lead. Yeah, I know.
Can Toronto hold on? Ottawa, rather. Got Ottawa 1-0 midway through the third. They're -205. Toronto +158. They lose this game, Toronto. This poor team can't do anything right. There's going to be so much pressure on them.
It just plants all the seed of doubt. Yeah, it just plants the seed of doubt, right? They're supposed to be up, win the game at home and just clinch the series. Everybody rest. Let Florida and Tampa beat each other up some more. Hopefully get another game out of that series and then have them come and play Toronto. Speaking of which, we'll have some news here in a couple minutes about Florida. Another announcement maybe that'll affect the line. Yeah, suspended a couple games. So
2 games. I'm not big on suspending guys in the postseason. You want to do 2 games? I'd rather do 5 games regular season than 2 games postseason. Unless it's
there has
really
to be ramifications.
Egregious.
There has to be ramifications for stuff. I mean, I'll never forget back in '92, Adam Graves of New York Rangers, you New York guys, slashed Mario Lemieux, 2-handed, came right across his, hand, tried to knock him out for the series. He got 2 games, and it was like, man, Mario's going to be out the whole series. So it's not. I don't know. You can't give the penalties out based on the results. So if a guy doesn't get hurt that bad, you only give him 1 game.
Right.
The penalty's a penalty. Do it in the postseason. Maybe it'll happen less. Who knows? Hockey's a violent game. It's about, playing physical. So happens. It happens.
Did you see that play over in London? They let the kid go? Did you follow that at all?
No.
He killed somebody on the ice? You didn't see that?
I did not.
Yeah,
No, I did not see that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so late last year, it was a nasty play, right? So they're kind of going at each other, but they're not. Like, this one guy is entangled with someone else, and the third guy who died, the former Pittsburgh Penguin, Johnson.
Oh, when the skate came up and caught him.
Right.
Yeah.
So they just ruled on that yesterday/today, and they said they're not going to press charges against the guy. So.
Wow.
But if you look at the play, man, he had
dirty.
It looked bad, yeah. It looked real bad. And then apparently he's like one of the dirty players, in that league.
Correct.
So,
yeah. No.
But could you ever really
remember
prosecute? Yeah. Right. So that he's just lifted his leg up for no reason whatsoever. Kind of crazy. So, all right, back to the board. Check out the baseball as we return.
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this once?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that roof. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. Couple things here, Dave. First up, Ottawa scored again. So 2-0 now Sens with about 10 minutes left to go at Toronto. So we're in the direction anyway of having a Game 6 in that series, which is good. And then all the doubters with Toronto, oh, this would be great if they were to lose this series. Oh, could you imagine Cam and Gabe, if they were to lose this series after being up 3-1?
Cam's coming up in a segment or two here. We'll have him on. He's not going to be in good spirits. He said it, though. He told us last night he was worried about this game. They got 16 shots on goal. They got 2 goals. They lead 2-0. We're going to get a game without 2 goals from every team. We're going to get a game without 4 goals total. All those hockey things that we were talking about going down the drain with this one. Done.
Well, we could get, we could get an empty netter and then maybe a goal. So I don't think we're going to get 2 out of Toronto, but I think we could get 4. I still think we could get 4, especially if they score an empty netter with like 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. I
like your optimism.
We might get 1 more. So, there was a bet on FanDuel, and I didn't pull the trigger because I got so much invested in the Celtics Magic series already. But they were offering, will both teams be leading after every quarter? Like, the bet was, will there be the leads after each quarter? Celtics be leading after each quarter, Orlando be leading after each quarter, or a combination. So basically, will Orlando be leading at any point?
Confusing the hell out
after
of me.
a
What
quarter?
the hell are you saying right now? You're confusing the hell out of me.
Plus, basically, will Orlando be leading at any point after a quarter? Plus 118 was the bet. I didn't pull the trigger because I'm rooting on the Celtics, but I figured Orlando. These teams, I'm telling you, I don't listen to myself here, but these teams that face elimination in these 3-1 situations, especially, they always come out. Now, they may not win the game, but we saw it with Milwaukee. We saw it with the Devils. We're seeing it with Toronto. We're seeing it with Detroit. And we're seeing it with Orlando. What's that? 6 examples of teams facing elimination down 3-1, and they all come out. They know their season's over. They come out ready to play, and the other team doesn't. And I say that because you got the Magic leading 32-26 at Boston. You get the Celtics right now, second quarter. You get the Celtics right now, minus 3.5. From an 11.5 point favorite down to 3.5, Dave, in early second quarter? What am I missing?
Seems like an autoplay. It just seems like an autoplay, right? Absolutely. I mean, is Orlando actually going to win the game? Think Orlando's going to win the game? I don't think Orlando's winning the game. I don't think so. I don't think so. So you get the shortest number you get right now.
Money, right?
Yeah. I have 5.5.
That should be like 6.5, 7.5.
That's what the number really is here. I have 5.5. My book
FanDuel's
here.
got it at 3.5. Unless they're slow at the wheel.
That's low.
I got to put it in.
I don't know. All right.
I hate to jinx my original bet, but.
Can I ask you about the late night baseball coming up?
Sure.
The games that are starting at, I guess, 6:40 Pacific, which is 9:40 Eastern. Angels and Mariners. First game in the series tonight. I got the Angels last 13 games, 3-10. They're not scoring any runs, 2.2 runs a game. Mike Trout's batting 125. That's 6 for 48 in his last 13 games. This guy pitching for the Angels. Kahonowitz lost to the Pirates 3-0 last Wednesday. He's 0-3 with a 7.04 ERA in his last 3 starts. I mean, how do you not play Seattle tonight? Right? I mean, you got to play Seattle.
And the over?
Want
to go over? Mariners actually hitting the ball lately.
Yeah.
Team total. Yeah.
Team total. I got the Mariners winning 12 of their last 16 games dating back to April 9th. That's the best record in Major League Baseball in that stretch. How about that? Seattle Mariners. Pretty
And
good.
a lot of those were on the road, too. I know they won a series in Boston. Then they won another series after that. I forget. I think Texas was it? Or something. I think it was Texas. One of the seeds. But, yeah, it's funny. I watched them quite a bit, and I saw them not hit the ball out of a paper bag, and I bet all the runners. And so from that point on, it's been nothing but offense for Seattle.
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple 15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in Game Live, Game Day on the Grid. Scott and Dave, hour number 2. We got Cam Stewart coming up here in a little bit, little playoff hockey, NBA, and NHL. I did just look at some of my bets here. You know, not that it affects the watchers, but, you know, I put in some of those goofy bets pre-postseason. And one was a 5-teamer that paid about 10-1 on no game in their particular series going to overtime. And I could have swore I put in, I wasn't positive, but I thought I put in Indiana-Milwaukee. And as it turned out, I just looked at my bet, and you know what? I didn't put that series in. So my bet is still alive. How about that? Nice. You win even when you don't win. It's a beautiful thing.
Sometimes Rosie Perez said it best in White Men Can't Jump. Remember, sometimes when you win, you actually lose. Sometimes when you lose, you actually win. And sometimes when you tie, you actually win and lose. So this is good. You didn't put the bet in, and you actually won. So that's good. Yeah. That always works. We were talking about late night baseball coming up, and I mentioned the Mariners and the Angels. I wanted to mention the Giants and the Padres too, because San Francisco Giants actually they enter Tuesday tied with the Dodgers for the second best record in Major League Baseball, behind the Mets, of course. It's the first time the Giants have faced an NL West club all season. You believe that? It's April 29th, and it's their first division game. Yeah.
Wow.
That they played. And they're playing the Padres tonight. Favored on the road, Logan Webb, 1.98 ERA against Nick Pivetta, 1.20 ERA. This one screams under, does it not?
You would think. But look at the under. 6.5.
Oh, it's 7 here in the Vegas. Oh, yeah. Just went to 6.5 in 2 places. They're watching the show. They heard those numbers.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Wow.
Can't do that.
Okay.
7, okay, because then you really need 8 to lose. But 6.5, that's like a 2-run difference. I know it sounds goofy, but you need, if it's 7, you need 8 to lose, okay. But if it's 6.5, you need 6 to win. So you go from 6 to 8. It's like, 4-2, you lose. Or 4-2, you win. But 4-3, you lose. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Pavetta's a good pitcher, former Red Sox. I'm surprised they're getting. I know Logan Webb's good, but San Diego is nearly unbeatable at home. They lost a couple of times now, but go ahead.
How about this? San Diego's now lost 8 of its last 11 games after opening the season, winning 14 of their first 17. So on a little bit of a downswing. These 2 teams feature 2 best bullpens in Major League Baseball. How about that? Padres lead with a 1.63 ERA. Giants are second with a 2.30 ERA. Game's going under, Wetzel. I don't care what you say. 6.5. I ain't afraid. I think it's going under. Not afraid.
You want to? I'll tell you, if you want, you could bet under. If you want to go under, Logan Webb strikeouts. Padres, the number 1. How do you say this? They strike out the least among all baseball teams. Yeah.
Okay.
Padres are number 1. So I
think the Giants strike out a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
So
Webb is 5.5
over. Okay.
So Pavetta over. He's 6.5 plus odds, and then Webb is 5.5 minus odds, 146. A lot more unders. I don't think teams are striking out as much. I've started another goal for Ottawa, 3-0. Wow, Sears is going to go 7 or 6.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I've been playing. I play these strikeouts. We do a pretty good job with them, and way more unders are hitting than overs this year. Way more. So
as far as strikeout props.
Yeah, if I do like 5 guys a night, I'll do more than likely I'll do 4 unders and 1 over. That's how it's been.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Well, listen. I mean, that makes sense. Guys are not pitching as deep in the games, right? In April, they don't go as many innings, so the numbers are maybe a little bit higher than usual. And I don't know, maybe guys are getting more contact. Maybe there's a little more, taking time to make sure that you don't strike out nearly as much. I don't know. I got this too from MLB. Lefties are 4 for 51. With just 1 extra base hit versus Pavetta this season. 4 for 51. That's a 0.78 batting average. So if we got any lefties in the lineup tonight for the Giants, they're probably not going to get any hits. Boy, I just saw the highlight. The Maple Leafs hit a post, didn't score, and Ottawa went down and got an empty netter. It's 3-0. 2:51 left. Timeouts. There's going to be brawls. There's going to be something.
Do they pull the
happening
goalie? Can a dive guy shot for 4th goal?
You tell me. I don't know anymore. Like, I'm good.
I know.
Like, we're at home, right? We're losing 3-0. I don't need another goal scored in Ottawa to celebrate my fate. Like, I'd put the goalie back out there and say, somebody go hit somebody and let them know we'll see him in Ottawa in 2 days. Like, I don't need another empty netter.
I do, because I need 4 goals. So I'm hoping they pull. We've seen teams go empty netter. Ooh, we've shot it wide, but the net is empty. The net is empty. So we got a shot.
NHL. You got a shot. Yeah, we got a shot.
See, you're right. Old school. They'd put the goons on there and say, "All right, go have fun." Right? Let's entertain. Now they just don't give up hope. Now they just, if there's a minute left maybe, but now they say, all right, 2.5, almost 3 minutes left. We've seen crazy things happen. We're not going to, rough it up. So.
Well, last night you needed 2 points and you had almost 2 minutes to get 2 points, to get that 140 prop. Now you have almost 2.5 minutes of empty net to get 1 goal. I don't know if we could take this loss like this 2 nights in a row. I really think. I hope you get a goal. That's bad.
Not to mention, if you would have told me before the day started that Indiana and Milwaukee would go to overtime. And I thought that was going to be a higher scoring game. I'd say, we got another shot at 140 points again. But in reality, they didn't come close. But
right.
Yeah. But the over did hit anyway. But that's not bad. All right. So 2.5, 2 minutes, we got a shot. We definitely have
Did you see, we have to update the people. Did you see what happened in Philadelphia? 4 runs for the Nationals in the 9th inning.
They won.
They were leading 5-2, and now the Nationals are leading 6-5. Something's wrong with that Philly bullpen. Not good at all. Wow.
Oh, it sucks. Yeah. It's been awful for years. I mean,
well,
man.
They wasted an outing from Wheeler. Wheeler went 6 2/3, gave up 2 earned, had 7 Ks, Leftwood leading, and my goodness, Alvarado didn't give up any. Kirkering.
Philly's got first and third, though, bottom of the 9th. You can bet them pick up right now. 1 out.
You think they score?
I'm gonna put the black cloud on Philadelphia. They got to at least tie it, right? They got at least first and third, 1 out. They have to at least tie it.
Who's up?
Rojas. Some dude Rojas.
All right.
Against Finnegan. He's their closer. It's pretty good. Your Pirates aren't getting no hit, are they? Down 9-0 against the Cubs?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know.
All right.
My buddy Iggy's a Cubs guy. He's texting me nonstop. I said, I'm on TV with Wetzel. We got Cam Stewart coming up. Please leave me alone. He said, no, they got 7 hits, no runs. It's just Cubs fans are excited, Wetzel. They're very and rightly so. They're right. I mean, they're going to win a division. I'm telling you right. It's April 29th. I don't see how they don't win a division.
That division especially. Braves 5-1 over the Rockies. Black Cloud looking pretty good, top of the 5th, no matter what line you got. Even if you put it at a 2.5, which wouldn't have been the craziest thing in the world. And it's locked with a runner on second base.
Jeez.
Right, we got Cam coming up. We'll get some picks from him. Hockey, little
Phillies.
NBA. Phillies tied it. There you go.
Oh.
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Lost Pages. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
welcome back in Game Live. Game Day on the grid. The bet is alive. Yes, it's that noise.
Is that a Senator's goal horn? Is that another Senator's goal?
Is.
Wow.
Empty netter, Cam. 4-0. Every game that have 4 goals or more, bet is alive heading into the late games. What's going on?
Congratulations on the Black Cloud. You hit another one with the Dodgers team total last night. We smashed Dallas. That was good. Everything went great. Houston covered in the NBA. But old stupid Cam betting on the hometown team at minus 165. I went up to my girlfriend. You want to get in on a parlay with me? Too bad. She left. You know what? And I realized something. Every time she's here, we watch the Raptors win the championship. The Leafs won all the games, and she's at the at the tavern with her lady, like with a friend that she made there. I go, if there's a game 7, honey, you're not going anywhere. Like, I'm locking you in my house, and we're sitting in exactly the same spots when good things happen. You know what I mean? It's like she's a really good luck charm, actually. Like when I'm watching games by myself, Scott, like you have the black, I am a black cloud. Like I watched this team play tonight, and Austin Matthews is a ghost. Not only is he not like doing anything, he's hurting the team. He doesn't block shots. He gets in the goalie's way. They score there. A bad giveaway. They have a 2-on. What time, Dave? What team in the history of hockey has a 2-on-0 break and doesn't get a shot on goal? The Leafs.
Yep.
That's new.
That's amazing.
I'm not going to say it's over, but I'm telling you guys, like this game 6, if Ottawa wins, they're like. You think the Leafs can win game 7? No. It'll just be like the old days. 4 straight losses. Oh, Dave, what'll happen? Scott, what will happen? I'll tell you. Heads are rolling, and that's the end. That's the end. Like the fan base is just gonna. We might as well not even have a team. Put the Marlies in there, and I'll find another team to cheer for. Maybe I feel like a Minnesota Wild guy. Sorry, Dave. I know you're Vegas, but that seems like a team that never wins the night they go. Yeah. Okay. What do you want to talk about?
I got the gold. I got the gold jersey on. I never had one before. I just picked this up. They were clearing out a lot of space at the joint to get playoff merch in. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab a gold jersey tonight. We'll talk about the Knights in the Wild. I said it earlier, though you said it last night. The Wild have been really good in this series. This price is really high tonight, is it not, Cam?
I'm almost feeling it's too high, but I'm going to bet Minnesota, and we'll chalk this one down to experience. I'm taking the +1.5. On one of my books, it's +1.5 minus 132. I'm like, what? That is like, I got to take it. I'm getting it, but to Wetzel's point, look at these empty netters and stuff. Like, we had guys on the show. We're talking about it. How do you take unders with these 1, 2, 3 goals? Like it's you don't know how long the coach is going to keep the goalie out. Like you could have a nut under, but they score 2 empty netters, right? Scott, it got us the other night. Ottawa's got like a couple. Like this is the new NHL. Scott brought up a great point to Dave in the break. Back in the day, 2-goal lead, just bring out the goons and you try to beat somebody up when you play a horrible game. Instead, you just leave the goalie out and the other team just keeps on peppering you. And they take the goalie out way too early. Me and Morency talked about it last night. We played hockey. It was like $1.15. I don't even mind 90 seconds. Like, it's ridiculous. We're pulling goalies at like 3 minutes. Like, are you dumb? Eventually the team, especially like Montreal against a guy like Ovechkin. Dave, I'm not saying I'm Al Bundy. Like, I didn't play like at high enough. Gabe, the same thing. Like, we're not in the pros, but we played a good enough brand of hockey to understand it's idiotic. And our coaches back then would never do something like that. Like, I don't care what your friggin' chart says. I don't care what your computer says. It's stupid. You got to feel it out. Like Montreal, and a team like Washington, Ovechkin feasts on empty netters. You know he's going to get it. Like, he licks his chops. Anyway, Dave, Scott, I can't say no to Minnesota. +1.5 sprinkle money line, but I am going to tell you this. I really think, Dave, the Los Angeles Kings, and I just don't bet on Canadian teams. I think the Los Angeles Kings are going to beat the Oilers by 2+ goals tonight. That's my game. Wow. I'm on the Kings and I'm on the Wild +1.5 sprinkle money line. Basketball, I'll take the Clippers. Thank you, Houston, for coming back and covering last night, by the way. That really helped me out. But there's always that one game in hockey that gets me. My team tonight and last night, that Tampa Bay total. But let's hope to finish the night strong, guys. Golf picks tomorrow, too. Dave, the way I put money on Leafs, I better hit a first-round leader or there could be problems.
We'll have it for tomorrow, but the golf tournament this week, between that and the Derby, like what are you putting more into the golf or the Derby?
What a great question, Dave. Probably around the same because the Derby bets are bigger. Okay. My golf bets are a million of them, but $20, $10, $30. Like, you know what I mean? And the Derby, I'll probably like go across the board. I'll play some supers. We'll talk about that on Friday's show, guys. We'll put some boxes together. I'll do some things. I'm going on a couple shows this week. I told you I like Sovereignty, the 18. I think that horse is very dangerous. I love the connections. That's who I bet already. I hope it goes up to 6-1. I got him at 5. That's the line right now. I think that horse is good. Sometimes you worry about those post positions close to because there's 20, you know what I mean? But as long as he gets out of the gate, okay, it's a long race. And this horse is a stone cold closer. And that's all I need him coming off the pace, and it's party time.
That's cool. All right. Would you be willing to throw journalism? We put a superfecta box together on a podcast. So we throw out favorites because we want long shots, obviously. Yeah. Now, one thing for him not to win, but can he not finish in the top 4?
I think journalism is going to be there. It's actually funny. I was talking to my girlfriends about names, say there was a horse called Wetzel's Pretzel or Dave's Dream. You know what I mean? Cam's Charm, whatever. If I see that, sometimes I just bet on names. I don't even care if the horse is a donkey, and it wins a lot of the time. It's just one of those weird things. So I have to put publisher in there because you can't have a journalist without a publisher.
Publisher, all right? Little
you like that, Wetzel?
My
news, my news exactor. Yes. And we had a Canadian election last night. The Liberals are in again. Sovereignty. Oh, yes. Everything comes together. We're doing it. We're going to do the journalism exacta. We'll do some other stuff, too. There's a horse at 30-1, though. I think it's Mohawk Girl. It's very young. It hasn't raced a lot, but has major potential. You guys know the Kentucky Derby. Yeah, that's the whole Scott. And it's a traffic jam out there. Who can get through the traffic? It's very simple. It's too many. There's too many horses on the track, man. And you get boxed in, you're toast. So you need a clean ride by your jockey, somebody with experience.
Dodgers going to cover the line tonight? Lane 2
Why not,
1?
Scott? Yeah, you're on fire. Yeah, Gabe will be on the Dodgers. I should probably bet on winning teams instead of losers like the Leafs. But hey, what are we going to do? They better win Game 6 or I'm going to snap. But hey, that's life. I remember, Dave, I expected this, but I thought it might be different. It's never going to be different. This is just the way it is.
Gabe and Cam, top of the hour. More picks from those guys.
Yeah, more picks.
Here's a tip. Let's say you bet big on a 4-game moneyline parlay. Your first 3 bets have hit, but you're a little nervous about the last game. Consider placing a separate bet against the team you have winning in your parlay. You're technically a winner either way. Now, go get lucky. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
We're going to get a bunch of upsets. We're going to get a lot of craziness. Didn't happen as well. I mean, over the last calendar year, Sam, I don't ever recall 6 or 8 months of time in sports where the books lost, but here we are.
They estimate FanDuel and DraftKings lost $185 million combined for March Madness. So estimating not just that they didn't have a profitable March Madness, but it was a huge loss for them as well.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The 2 guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5 points live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Welcome back to In-Game Live. Game day on the grid. Again, thanks to Cam Stewart, who takes over along with Gabe Morency. Top of the hour, 2 hours, nothing but picks on everything. And those guys cover everything. When I say everything, I mean European women's third grade soccer. I mean, those guys have it all. So it's a beautiful thing if you're a gambler. Our 5 on the line. Most of the games we chose were getting underway in a little while here. So just to recap, we had the Clippers laying a 1.5 against Denver. That's yet to start, obviously. Kings and Edmonton. We got LA. That's yet to start. Over Miami and Dodgers. That's yet to start. Under 8.5, Oakland and Texas. That's 4-0 sixth inning. So that's, looking okay. And then we had the Braves as the number 1 trend play against Colorado, and they're leading 6-1. So that's looking pretty good with our trends. 25 games over 500. Little 3-2 last night. And hopefully we go at least 3-2, if not 4-1 tonight. So no score, Minnesota and Vegas, David, is underway. Now the Toronto game did end 4-0. So one, we're going to get 4 goals in this one. And more importantly, who's going to be scoring more goals, Minnesota or Vegas tonight?
Tell you what, 3 minutes in, Minnesota has 5 shots. Vegas has 1, and it was like a dump-in. Minnesota is flying. Minnesota started so fast. This is the way you answer when you lose a game in overtime at home with a chance to go up 3-1 in the series. You come out like this, Minnesota plus 1.5 goals. This thing's going to be tight. This one may go to overtime. I never really say to bet a game to go to overtime, but I'm watching this right now and thinking as good as Edmonton and LA is going to be, coming up as well, and I will have them multi-screened. This is going to be a really good hockey game. I think it's going to be a 1-goal game. So I hope Vegas wins. The excitement of your team being in it, in the city that you live in. I mean, it's been a little while for you out on the island. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Yeah, so, you remember what it was like, but it wasn't that long ago. The Knights went all the way and won the Stanley Cup. I went to the parade. It was great. Kids will be home in a couple weeks from school. I hope the Knights are still alive then. I don't know, though, tonight, right now. I mean, if you ask me right now who I would bet, I would bet the Wild to win the game, the way they're playing. Right. Started fast.
Home teams in hockey this postseason, not counting tonight's game. So, we'll count it. The other one is still going on. So Ottawa does win on the road. But 23-11 is the home team now. Yeah. Favorites 23-11. So it's been a pretty same thing. Similar numbers with the NBA. It's been a pretty like the most common combination in hockey is the favorite and over 14. The next one is favored at under 8. And then in the NBA, it's, favorites are 26-6 straight up and 21-11 against the spread heading into tonight. So it's been a pretty chalky public postseason so far.
Speaking of chalk, 3-0 Padres in the first inning. The in-game number, the total's up to 8.5. So if you were worried about that total with the 6.5, and you liked it at 6.5, you like it more at 8.5. 4 hits for the Padres, not a home run, multi-hits. They got the web. So Pavetta's got a 3-0 lead. Pretty much minus 650. You could take 2.5 plus money right now with the Giants, who have the second best record in baseball. I think that's a bet. I think you take 2.5 with the Giants. I think that's a bet.
Yeah.
In-game bet.
Pavetta's good, but he's not great. Yeah, if it was the other way around, if it was 3-0 Giants with Logan Webb on the hill, I don't know if I would take the Padres, but 3-0 Padres with Pavetta on the hill, I like him, good pitcher, but not, he's not, Warren Spahn here. So, 4-4, I know that was a reference. 4-4 Carolina and the Devils, 4.5 minutes left. So so far, no scoring in this third period. Do the Devils survive? Do we have a game 6 in this series?
Devils lose in overtime. This one will go all the way to that. This will go to overtime, and the Devils will lose. Although,
Edmonton,
right? We just saw it. We saw 5. The road team win.
Edmonton and LA. I like the Kings.
I got Kings.
Yeah.
Vinny says Kings. Yeah. Does our producer have a pick?
Yeah. You got a producer pick tonight?
We got a producer pick. He did anything with the hockey? See if we can find it real fast, or the basketball, because he had one.
You got to watch
I don't know.
more Denver Clippers or Kings Edmonton, you think?
We're a hockey house. There's the producer's pick right here. Jokic triple double.
There you go. Joker. Cam and
Hockey
Gabe,
in
top of
this
the hour.
house. What about you?
Hockey.